seen it, but I'm unable to place it again, please.
Yeah, sure, no problem. We are sending it, and we will send you the credentials within 1 or 2 minutes. By the time we can start the presentations, the first category for the day is best media innovation, digital, mobile, handheld devices. Presentation duration will be for 7 minutes, and first presentation is from Chupa Chups.
Hi, shall I start?
Just give us a moment. Please set up your screen and everything.
Sure,
We'll let you know when to start.
sure.
Just give us 1 or 2 minutes.
Is my screen
Can you please-
visible?
Yeah. Can you please send me the credentials also, Puneet?
Sure. I'm sorry, can you know?
Nitin, I'm sending. Nitin, I'm sending.
Yeah. Okay, Smita. Akriti, you have not shared your computer sound.
Sorry, I've not shared.
Computer sound, share sound.
Okay, let me just do that.
So we are not starting in the order where in the form, in the registration thing, this is not the first entry. So
No, the order
Yeah.
will be different. That's why I'm just putting the entry ID and the brand in the chat. So that will help you out. The
okay.
first one is 1798 entry ID and the brand is Chupa Chups.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Smita, have you sent?
Yes, done.
Okay. So we will start now. And your time starts now, Akriti. All the best.
Just give me a second. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes.
Without notes, right?
Yes.
Done. Sure. Good morning, esteemed jury members. I'm Akriti Sharma, and today I will take you through the magical and mystical journey of Halloween Chupa Chups campaign. So grab your wands, ride on your broomsticks, and come along. It was October 2022, but as we call it, the trick and treat season of the year, when Chupa Chups launched their special edition Halloween pack to leverage the festive appeal and consumer interest in the themed products. The media objective was to drive product awareness and actively engage with the target audience by capitalizing on this consumer intent. In the age of internet, culture travels easily, and this has led to adoption of various festivals from all parts of the world, making Halloween a popular festival in India in the last few years. The Google Trends data suggests a 20% increase in the search volumes and 319% increase in the social mentions, pointing towards its increasing appeal. This has made Halloween an important occasion for brands looking to target teens in India. Last year, 180 brands leveraged the occasion, resulting in 4 lakh social interactions, making it a cluttered market for any brand. Therefore, the challenge for the brand was how to stand out in a cluttered space like this. But before we do that, the task for us was to understand that one thing that mattered the most to the consumers when it came to Halloween. And yes, you guessed it right. Evidently, it was Halloween costumes and looks that accounted for 1/3 of the total searches happening around Halloween. But despite this, there was still a gap in the market due to limited costume availability and shortage of events that effectively embodied the spirit of this celebration. And this became our eureka moment that led us to our main idea. Be the creep and meet the creeps. Be the Creep was category's first AI-based tool, the DIY look generator called Halloween Hacks, that empowered the consumers to build their own Halloween avatars using the household products. We also launched an AR game, the game where users could play against 3 creeps to claim their stolen Chupa Chups candy. This was done to build a deeper connect with the consumer by driving engagement. All this was made for mobile, as content consumption for our TG was primarily driven by mobile. Even 2022 local circles report suggests that teens spends more than 3 hours every day on their smartphones. But this tale did not end here, as Chupa Chups knew that the true magic of Halloween is not just in the costumes, but in the shared experience of celebration. And this brought to life an on-ground event in DLF Cyber Hub where users could showcase their looks and participate in activities like treasure hunt, face painting, games, and more. Let's now look at the AV on how this campaign unfolded.
Halloween is all about spooky costumes, creeps, and candies. Sounds fun, right? And no one loves fun as much as we do. So Chupa Chups, being a leading global confectionery brand, decided to be the first one ever to fully own Halloween in India. How did we do this? We identified two major problems faced by teens and tweens in India. They neither had a DIY Halloween costume ideas, nor did they have any cool Halloween parties to attend. So to find a solution, we dived deep and came up with a quirky campaign idea. Be the creep and meet the creeps. We began by developing the first ever AI-enabled look generator in the confectionery category. Chupa Chups Halloween Hacks, a digital tool that helped people come up with Halloween costume ideas using household items. We joined hands with popular influencers to engage further with our audience. Once our consumers knew how to ace their Halloween costumes and become a creep, we took things a notch higher. We launched limited edition Halloween pack which gamified the Halloween experience. We called it Meet the Creeps, a game where the challenge was to reclaim the stolen candies from the creeps. To draw more engagement, we created a buzz on social media through influencer collaborations. After creating hype online, we took the whole campaign on ground with a Meet the Creep mega party. We invited our users to a crazy Halloween party to flex their creep costumes. We collaborated with Radio Mirchi for this event, and Radio Mirchi RJs hosted the Creep Hunt, followed by a thrilling performance by an EDM artist. The response we got was simply spooktacular. We were able to increase the conversations around Halloween by more than 300% and created the buzziest brand campaign across categories in India. And everyone fell in love with our creeps. Our brand passion index went from like to love with 95% positive sentiments. What started off as a local event became a national phenomenon through our effective use of social media. Our audience loved our event so much that they asked us to host a Halloween party next year in their respective cities. And this is just a beginning. The fun will go on and on. Halloween.
While you saw some great results in the AV, Chupa Chups also registered a 33% uplift in the sales volume during the campaign period. Even the market share for Chupa Chups went up by 120 BPS to 18.9%.
Last minute.
In the end, the campaign was a seamless yet fun integration between the key consumer insight with the solution. I hope you really enjoyed this sweet yet haunting tale of Chupa Chups. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the next presentation is Amazon Prime Video.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes.
Just give me a second. I'm just putting up my screen.
Sure.
Right. Is my screen visible in not in presenter mode?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I'll begin.
Yeah, your time
Good
starts
morning,
now.
everyone.
Best.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Happy Women's Day to the judges and jury out there. In the next 7 minutes, we'll learn how Prime Video introduced the world, the spy universe of Citadel, to over 1 million thriller watchers in India. So hold on tight. Let me start with a question, though. Few common faces you will see. What do Ethan Hunt, Jason Bourne, and Nadia Singh have in common? Here's a quick recap. Ethan and Jason are suave dudes who love chasing bad guys and accepting nail-biting missions in the nick of time. But who's Nadia? Well, she is the gun-wielding, karate-shopping, super hot super spy from Citadel, Prime Video's latest original series. The story of the show is around the fact that the spy agency Citadel is attacked and Agent Nadia loses her memories and goes missing. After being in the shadows for 12 long years, the agency resurges and this top spy is called back to fight an evil corporation. Now, while that was the plot of the show, our task was to introduce fans to this brand new universe of spies from Citadel, drive intent for streams as it was a brand new web series, and build affinity with the characters. Now, it seems fairly easy. It's a Hollywood show starring a Bollywood heartthrob, a winner from the get-go, right? Not so much. There were a few challenges and hurdles that we had to overcome. The first one was that Prime Video was keeping the big launch hush-hush and under wraps till the release of the trailer, which meant that we had a crunch 20 days from trailer release to show release to build fandom and excitement for the never-seen-before spy avatar of Richard Madden and Priyanka Chopra, the two leads of the show. The other big challenge was that the release date of Citadel was clashing with the action-packed IPL 2023 season. After 2 years of the league being played in limited formats, the tournament was finally set to go full swing, and cricket was poised to be the talk of the town. The third challenge was, well, not a challenge, was that 48.7% of Indians are on digital, but not everyone pays for content. Prime Video being a subscription-only service, it was crucial for us to restrict our media promotions to those who have the propensity to pay a premium for streaming content. This meant that we needed to define some razor-sharp targeting parameters for ourselves. Now, so to do that, we started with some spygiri of our own. Our targeting audience was aged between 18 to 34 years, residing in India's top metro cities. We analyzed that audience further and segmented them into 4 key addressable cohorts. Adrenaline rushers, those who binge watch action, adventure, thriller, crime, mystery, sci-fi, fantasy. Casual escapists, those who love to turn to Bollywood in their downtime. Fans of Priyanka Chopra, no points for guessing why. And gamers, both PC and console, because of the nature of the show. While this did help us narrow down the audience, we needed to go a bit sharper. So we took help of ComScore to compare cross-visitations of Prime Video users with all high-affinity affluent platforms like Book My Show, Spotify, and even Netflix. And that's when we finally found our winner. Cred, the fintech app, turned out to be the preferred credit card payment partner for more than 30% of Prime Video users. Sounded like music to our ears. Since the app's daily active users had an average credit score of 750 plus, it became the ideal platform to target our NCCS A and B audience. And keeping this in mind, and another very special point, Cred was the official partner of IPL 2023. The app expected to receive an increased traffic during the season, and this gave us the perfect opportunity to ride the IPL wave. So now we had the why, now we had the where. Next, we had to figure out the how. So we took Nadia's story, Nadia Singh, the secret agent who had lost her memories. We took her story and as our guiding principle and took the world of cred users by storm. After losing her memories and being lost for 12 years, she is reintroduced to the world of Citadel by Agent Mason Kane. So we created a digital experience that gave fans an exclusive chance to play agent and help find Nadia. This guiding principle led us to creating the Citadel Initiation Program, a spy game to turn fans into agents. This immersive experience was created on Cred, where Nadia Singh, Citadel's top spy, had a pre-recorded SOS message for viewers. Through her, fans got a chance to test their skills and become Citadel agents by completing 2 secret missions. And this entire activity was exclusively done with Cred. But what's in it for Cred users? Well, we know that nothing speaks more to luxury shoppers than the word exclusive. So the winners who complete both missions successfully on Cred got access to an exclusive secret screening held across 3 cities, where they watched the first 2 episodes before anyone else in the world.
Last minute.
The immersive experience on Cred had it all: an OSS scroll from PCJ, multiple steps to play secret agent and earn Cred coins, even a top secret Spidey card. Here's how it went down.
Spy like me.
If you touch me, I'm gonna scream.
Catch.
Did you just throw a knife at me?
I thought you were gonna catch.
Can't hear the audio.
No,
Pardon
I can
me?
hear.
Pardon me, I didn't
No,
catch that.
Okay,
We
sorry.
can
no,
hear you.
audio is fine.
Citadel
All right, thank you.
Initiation
I'm fine.
If you're seeing this, chances are I'm missing. And I need your help. Based on your profile,
Your time's up actually.
for a special, a secret.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Till we meet again, judges, that's it from me. But with Citadel Season 2 scheduled to make another big bang soon, who knows? We might meet again. Thank you so much.
Next presentation, Gulf Fan Academy.
Can I start? Am I audible clearly?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I am Naveen Kathuria. In the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through a campaign where Gulf Oil, a challenger brand, conquered indifference and created visibility in India's most extravaganza cricket festival, which is IPL, just using mobile phone as a device.
अरे यार धोनी का वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल मैच का क्या 6 था यार।
हाँ 6 तो काफी बढ़िया था, लेकिन रिस्की भी उतना ही था।
रिस्की तो था, लेकिन उसका वो जो इनिंग था ना, वो मैच विनिंग इनिंग था।
अरे भाई यही तो बोल रहा हूँ ना, रिस्क है तो इसके ना भाई।
What we heard just now were very common conversations a few years back after a match. But with digital changing the scenario and OTT options offering the live chat option, viewers are watching a match and analyzing ball by ball in real time. The young and the restless digital natives, who also happen to be Gulf's key target segment, were extremely passionate about their bikes, but completely ignorant about the oils which go into their bikes. As a result, mechanics were the decision maker in terms of the brand choice for the bike oil. Now, this is an undifferentiated category, and therefore, mechanics decided the brand based on the incentives the lubricant companies were offering these mechanics. Our challenge was to move from apathy to passion. We were attempting a behavior change from passive and blind adoption of bike oils to asking for the brand themselves. Also, Gulf Oil couldn't match the incentives which the competitors were offering. And hence, it was imperative for us to create an experience for mechanics that would hold value and build brand love. We required a radical shift from a traditional customer value proposition product first approach to a passion based digital first approach. And in India, passion is cricket. Cricket cuts across masses as well as classes. And for engagement, what better than IPL? But IPL is very expensive and cluttered. With the budgets we had, we could have easily got doffed by our competitors and other advertisers. But there were rumors swirling around MS Dhoni's retirement. We knew that fandom around him would go frenzy. We also realized that the power of fandom and passion comes from the collective. The power of IPL, its passion and drama, is because it is collective in nature. Our insight was fans just didn't watch a match, they identified with their teams. They were the 12th member of their respective teams. Every fan deep inside has a desire, at least once in his lifetime, to play in his idol's team. And fandom is not just restricted to end users, even the mechanics are fans. And there came the big idea, out of the homes and stands into the team, bringing alive the ultimate fan dream of playing in their idol's team. Thus came alive Gulf Fan Academy, a digital experience engaging people to compete and earn a spot to play in their idol's team. And this was just using mobile because of its penetration, it was the perfect medium. We partnered with MyGeo app, which became the digital home ground for Gulf Fan Academy. Our strategy was to unite end users and mechanics through a common passion, which was cricket. While MyGeo was where GFA resided, we leveraged the entire geo ecosystem. The geographies and demographics perfectly matched the requirements of Gulf Fan Academy. Cross-platform engagement, live integrations from live feeds, all drove traffic to Gulf Fan Academy. We created a daily and weekly leaderboard, which depicted the position of the fan on the leaderboard. Buying a Gulf Oil and keying in the code gave a boost on the leaderboard and increased the chances of winning. Let's see how Gulf Fan Academy panned out.
When was the last time an engine oil brand crossed your mind? Probably never. That's because it's an invisible category. You go with the oil your mechanic picks for you. So how do you drive brand love in a category no one cares about? Through something that everyone absolutely loves: cricket. And what could be a better opportunity than IPL 2023? But this year, the stakes were even higher because MS Dhoni's IPL retirement rumors, who also happens to be a brand ambassador. Therefore, to capitalize on fandom around IPL and the retirement rumors, we created something every fan would love: a chance to go from being a viewer in the stands to a player in their idol's team. Gulf presents Gulf Fan Academy, a digital home ground for cricket fans, where fans could show their passion and skills and compete with each other through a number of interactive games. A dynamic leaderboard was maintained to reward players with daily and weekly prizes, with the ultimate prize being a spot in Dhoni and other popular cricketers' teams. The campaign was led by our brand ambassador MS Dhoni, Hardik Pandya and Smriti Mandhana.
इंदौर से प्रदीप, मलाड से मुकेश। क्या आपको भी आना है मेरी टीम में?
Over 150 digital assets were created to invite and teach people. We also invited our stakeholders, retailers, and mechanics to play. We even integrated our product by making purchase a shortcut to top the leaderboard. To ensure maximum turnout, we had integration on live feeds of the matches on JioCinema, hosted on-ground experiences, and maintained our presence in stadiums too. The 66 winners even got their dream come true moment when they played in their heroes' teams. Gulf Oil rode the IPL fandom wave at a fraction of the cost. When was the
Coming to the results, we did manage to move the brand health parameters northwards. Both ad recall and message recall increased by 7% each. Purchase intent went up by 12%. We garnered 5.3 billion impressions through mobile. Fans logged in 9.4 lakh times into Gulf Fan Academy. Average time spent went up from 2 minutes in week 1 to about 5 minutes in week 8. Our VTRs were substantially higher than the industry average. With a fraction of the budget, we created a visibility for Gulf using mobile, if not more, at par with some of the leading sponsors on the tournament. We also collected 3.7 lakh consumer data. The sales also went up, 24% increase in bike oil sales, the best in June 2023 in the past 5 quarters. Historic performance in the quarter during the campaign and post the campaign. Gulf Fan Academy, using a mobile, we created a digital-first experience which enabled the ultimate fan dream, fueled passion, and delivered a best-in-class engagement. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next presentation is Cadbury Fivestar.
Is my voice audible?
Yes.
Just sharing my screen.
Let me know once you're.
Is my screen visible without the notes?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know when I can start.
Yeah, you can start. All the best.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hi, I am Satish Rajamani, and today we are going to talk about how Cadbury Fivestar owned Valentine's Day. Fivestar's core audience, the Gen Z folks, are subject to many myths and cliches, especially by folks like me, who believe in most of them and develop perceptions about them very quickly. Case in point.
Gen Z doesn't know how to write a check. They don't know how to address an envelope. They don't know how to read cursive. They don't know how to read a paper map. They can't get anywhere unless there's a GPS map on their phone. All I'm saying is if Gen Z takes over the world, it's going to be pretty easy to get it back.
The reality is, however, far from that, as the Gen Zs and my team keep reminding me. The simple fact is that they are actually first-generation digital natives. They're just trying to live their lives to the fullest by wanting to experience everything. So much that they have the constant pressure to live a life full of FOMOs, YOLOs, and stressors, which leaves them no time to unplug, relax, and just be. Thankfully, this is a one-way presentation. Otherwise, if you ask me the meaning of these terms, the millennial in me would just get stressed out. Imagine what about the Gen Zs who are living these lives. And Cadbury Fivestar has been that brand which addressed this particular cultural tension with a chewy eat that slows you down so that you can enjoy some downtime, unplug from everything, and spend time doing nothing. Now, this makes the brand very different from every other brand out there which is trying to talk to the Gen Zs and telling them to go beyond their limits. And this is dialed up even more so during Valentine's Day, when there is an overwhelming wave of love from brands flooding the market, asking all the Gen Zs, especially the couples, to do something. And for the singles among the Gen Zs, it's like playing Minesweeper. You remember that old game? Where every interaction carries the risk of awkwardness or unwanted attention. With the Babu Shona declarations around every corner, the day becomes a confusing and overwhelming experience. So much so that even using your mobile phone or going online in that is like triggering a mine. And that's where the counterculture stance of Cadbury Fivestar kicked in. We just said, forget the hearts and flowers and ditch the mush with the Fivestar using your mobile phone. Let's see how we do that.
You want to do nothing in peace when you realize today isn't any other day. It's that day. You could look for a quiet spot, but so are millions of couples. Introducing the Fivestar Mush Detector, a map that tracks where couples are buying the usual chocolates for each other, where they're likely to go with them, and what they'll do. And processes that data with unimaginably sophisticated AI to let you see where all the mush is. And it's now on every phone. So you can escape the mush Beat them to the quiet spots and do the best thing to do on Valentine's Day. Eat Fivestar. Do nothing. Scan the pack to get started.
And users could even contribute to the map by reporting the mush with using the app. With the app being the centerpiece of our campaign, we ensured that the single Gen Zs knew about our app and they got enough dope to ensure that mush is avoided across all mobile touchpoints. We dominated the mobile landscape and amplified our presence across all popular apps for the Gen Zs. And we took personalization to the next level, and based on users' location, we sent them alerts to avoid the mush on their mobile phones. Not only this, we even playfully alerted the viewers about the mush associated with specific days leading up to Valentine, such as Teddy Day, Rose Day, all the information you got on your mobile phones again. And we even convinced Valentine Day hotspots like Keventer, Smash, and Frozen Bottles to create mush-free zones in more than 300 outlets, basically safe spaces with zero couple offers and zero mushy decorations. And we partnered with Zomato to ensure that every Gen Z could find these no mush zones on their mobile phones. And to increase visibility, we also partnered with them and ensured that whenever they scroll on social media and follow these pages, they are also informed about the mush-free zones. And since Gen Zs engage a lot with influencers on social apps, we roped in the Sakt Launda to amplify our own evacuation zone, a physical space we had created for singles who were seeking refuge from the mush.
Cadbury Fivestar के अच्छे लोगों ने हमारे लिए ये ताजमहल बनाया है, देखिए.
And we collaborated with one of the most popular rap artists from MTV Hustle to create a rap number for the singles.
Plans for Valentine. Can I sit and do nothing?
And forget air quality index. We introduced the mush quality index. We used our app's data, real-time data, to actually gauge the mushiness in an area and hijack the AQI billboards real-time while giving people critical information about the mush in that area. And the results were just phenomenal. This campaign generated tons of organic PR and it was covered widely. And we garnered 68% positive response within our target audience, successfully transferring the fear of missing out, FOMO, into the joy of missing out, JOMO. 34,000 users reported the mush in the app, and over 1.4 million app users successfully dodged the mushy spots, with it resulting also in a 40% sales growth for the brand and an increase in consideration as well. And it made me wish that this campaign was active back in time, as it would have helped singles like me escape the mush. Like how it helped 1.4 million Gen Zs escape the mush and experience a relatively stress-free Valentine's. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next presentation is WhatsApp.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, let me just share my screen. Share sound. Let me hide the meeting controls. Let me just check the transition. Okay. Just hold on. Okay, can you please give me the cue as to when I can start?
Yes, you can start.
I'm sure we have all heard about that highly talked about pre-wedding celebration. But just imagine if the contents of your version of the pre-wedding celebration, which is the bachelor's trip, are leaked from the WhatsApp group Spam Nagar. That little jam tara in one tara is bound to make a dent in your home ministry. Jokes apart, the importance of your privacy cannot be overstated, especially when it comes to a tool that has practically become our second nature, WhatsApp. Hello, I'm Kanishk Khandelwal, and I'll be taking you through WhatsApp's privacy campaign. In 2020, due to government regulations and negative media trends, the users felt that their privacy is at stake. Since 2022, the brand has worked to reshape perceptions and introduced multiple privacy features. We initiated the WhatsApp privacy campaign with the objective of building awareness for the new privacy features and enhancing their usage. However, the challenge at hand was to identify the right target audience and effectively reach out to them. We used our proprietary tool, Pace Panel, to classify people concerned about data privacy as critics, those comfortable with data tracking as promoters, and in between as neutrals. Further, we used GWI, TGI, and ComScore to build an audience persona and identify top platforms within key media genres. Among the ages of 18 to 34, residing across 15 states, we categorized critics as premium, well-informed audience concentrated in metros, whereas neutrals were people from modest income group of tier 2 and 3 cities. For campaign execution, we used a 70, 20, 10 media approach. Initially, to achieve reach and frequency goals, we used various video-led formats across different media platforms. Additionally, we activated mastheads, channel reservations, and also ensured presence during Asia Cup. We also implemented our innovative Amplify Echo YouTube strategy. Our main film asset was served as skippable ad to our target audience on YouTube. People who viewed the ad were retargeted with 15-second feature ads to build frequency. And the ones who skipped were retargeted with shorter duration asset through viewer negation. Further, the people who chose to skip the shorter film were again retargeted with feature-led bumpers at the end. Through this innovative strategy, we effectively engaged 67% of the audience base on YouTube by exposing them to at least one brand communication. In phase 2, we leveraged display and search to build affinity using formats like inline banners, carousels, and roadblocks. Lastly, we crafted 15+ rich media creatives to enhance the use of privacy features among our audience segments. Immersive ad experiences were created where users clicking on the display creatives were redirected to choose if they were a critic or a neutral. If they chose critic, they were shown feature ads to showcase the brand's effort to protect their data. And in case of neutrals, they were exposed to the main film asset to increase awareness about the importance of privacy. Let's look at how we brought this execution to life.
Will Facebook read your WhatsApp messages?
क्या WhatsApp अब आपके सारे messages पढ़ सकता है?
To address these data privacy concerns, WhatsApp launched multiple privacy features to alter consumers' perception. To further bolster its privacy image, we initiated the WhatsApp Privacy Campaign to raise awareness about privacy protection layers and enhance the use of privacy features. The challenge was to identify and engage with the right target audience. Utilizing the proprietary tool Pace Panel, we classified users concerned about privacy as critics, those confident about their online data as promoters, and undecided as neutrals. To address the concerns of critics and neutrals, market insights, media consumption patterns, and online behavior were analyzed using GWI and TGI. Comprehensive research identified optimal online channels and platforms for precise message delivery. To target critics, we used qualifiers such as top 10% income households, handset value above 25K, and consumers of English news and media. For neutrals, we targeted modest income households, handset value below 25K, and consumers of regional media. Following the 70-20-10 media framework, the 13-week campaign engaged 37 media partners, leveraging 57 impactful properties and 15+ interactive rich media creatives. 50+ assets were deployed across 15 markets, generating 600+ URLs to manage and track campaign efficiency and delivery. To maintain seamless execution, we unified media deployment, prioritized brand viewability, and implemented third-party ad serving for real-time tracking and optimization.
The campaign received love nationwide. 144 million critics and neutrals saw the ad 6.1 billion times, generating 2.5 billion completed views and 78 million clicks at an engagement rate of 1%. Kantar's findings affirmed that the campaign was a tremendous success. Strategic targeting, partner selection, and ad format choices contributed to the campaign's success and transformed public's perception of WhatsApp's commitment to privacy.
In addition to the results shown in the AV, the campaign garnered earned media worth 2.5 crore with 1.6 million shares and 200K plus social media mentions. We secured a remarkable 70% share of voice on all privacy-related searches, resulting in a 6% search lift. Our campaign also drove a 4% improvement in privacy-related opinions. So go ahead and share your carefully curated bachelor trip pictures with the extended family without any fear of eavesdropping or exploitation. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation is Spotify.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Great. Hello, namaste, adab. Welcome to the Emvies special episode where we are going to dive into Podcast Persona by Spotify, a movement that got India to begin learning from podcasts. All this while being the first brand in India to do a long-term trend jacking campaign. Here's how it went. On the 3rd of September 2022, Sheila opened up her Twitter and saw that Serena Williams was trending. Immediately, she clicked on the trend and saw, wait, Serena Williams retired. As Sheila scrolled through people's congratulatory messages, she saw it. A post by Spotify India right at the top, with a link to a special podcast where Serena talks about her life and journey, following closely on the heels of the announcement. And that was the trigger that got her to listen to a new podcast that day. It all started in the Spotify offices with a question. How do we increase listenership for Spotify podcasts in India? India is the 3rd largest podcast listening market. So to find that delta where listenership could increase was crucial. Intense research revealed that knowledge-based podcasts were not actively promoted by any player in the podcast space. And that was the category on which their next campaign would be pinned. After all, Spotify had thousands of podcasts in genres like science, history, and trivia, all waiting to be heard by the right audience. And that's where Sheila comes in. Sheila represents the millions of Indians who are curious learners, people constantly looking up news and information to indulge their interests and grow as a person. Articles, webinars, videos, papers, they consume it all, but they hadn't turned to Spotify yet. So what was going to convince them? Okay, quick question. Have you ever had a conversation with someone where they taught you something new? Your natural reaction is to ask, "Ye tumne kahan suna?" The answer to that question became the line that India's curious learners would use all through September. Podcast pe suna.
ये आपने कहाँ सुना? तूने कहाँ सुना? पॉडकास्ट पे सुना.
The direction was simple, unconventional, and purposeful. Make India's curious learners realize that they can learn from Spotify podcasts and help them find relevant titles and expose them to Spotify's vast podcast catalog. To do both for such an evolved cohort meant pushing the envelope of what Spotify usually did. Back at the Twitter headquarters, the engineers were excited. The agency had just sent them a brief to activate a new trend spotting algorithm in India, that too for the very first time. This was going to help predict trends ahead of time before they came on the national trending list. And they were about to use it for one of the world's biggest brands, Spotify. On the face of it, this activity seemed simple enough. Predict a trend, suggest a podcast that would enhance the knowledge of the trend, success. But as the whole team sat around the table, the magnitude of the task became more apparent. The agency completely immersed itself into incredible volumes of content, news, and data to ensure that the podcast suggestion was always adding value to an evolved audience cohort. So, how did we do it? The experiment had some non negotiables. One, the podcast had to always be a credible fit to the trend and add real value to the audience in terms of knowledge. Two, the tweets needed to be up within 10 minutes of the trend hitting the national list to be seen and pique interest. And three, the campaign needed to completely own days in September like Teachers' Day and Engineers' Day when this cohort would be most actively using Twitter. A thorough mind map suggested that every tweet did one of the four things to give audience more knowledge and insight. The 10-minute TAT was achieved with several practice runs and clear workflows between the agency, Twitter, and Spotify. A potent content mix addressed both planned and unplanned trends, especially the days associated with learning. First, the custom dashboard predicted the trend. Then, it mapped a relevant podcast to that trend. Finally, the tweet was up within 10 minutes. Over the month of September, 67 planned and unplanned trends were used to share insightful and informative podcasts. Whether it was trivia about the first photograph ever made, news about the ozone layer, or a speech by Charlie Chaplin, Twitter heard it all. While this went on, other aspects of the campaign took flight. Spotify partnered with influencers who would lend natural credibility to the creative premise of podcast persona. Knowledge-based influencers made incredible reels talking about the stuff they heard on Spotify podcasts, dropping insightful facts across multiple genres.
अगर आप एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हो तो ये 3 Spotify पॉडकास्ट जरूर सुनना.
In another first for the brand, Spotify went to the professional platform LinkedIn. Here, thought leaders came through with their suggestions of podcast titles that helped them grow as a person. But there was one other area yet to be covered: news. And the partner? In shorts. Learning something in under 10 minutes was a crucial curation of Spotify's best episodes that drew in curious learners on the platform like bees to honey. Everyone's efforts were rewarded at the end. On Twitter, 67 trends got 32 million impressions and 10.5 million reach. On Instagram, 13 reels got saved a staggering 96,000 times, proving just how useful they were to the audience. Content got shared 42,000 times and got 319k engagements. And the InShots partnership was hugely successful. It received a 25% engagement rate versus the average of 10%. But did the campaign increase listenership for Spotify podcasts?
Last minute.
Of course it did. Daily active users increased by 2 times, resulting in 70% incremental listeners, and monthly active users went up by 40%. What made this movement so unique was our experimental approach that delivered on both scale and disruption. The choice of media, influencers, and social platforms was something you wouldn't expect from a music streaming app. Curious India had finally begun turning to Spotify podcasts to learn about the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next presentation is Cadbury Celebrations.
Hi, is my screen visible?
Yes.
1 second. It's not in presenter mode, right?
Yeah.
Let me know when can I start.
You can start.
India is a land full of festivals, more than any other in the world. And these are some of the big ones that bring families and communities together. While every festival has its own way of celebration, there's one behavior which is very common amongst all of them, right? Which is gifting. Exchanging gifts is a phenomena which we all have been indulging in for years. And there's one box of assorted chocolates that has been an enabler in making all these moments a little extra meta, which is Cadbury Celebrations. This has made Cadbury Celebrations synonymous with festive gifting over the years. However, our biggest strength has also been our biggest challenge. With almost 70% of sales coming in the festive period, there's a heavy reliance on these occasions which are time-bound. And this is where we saw the need to pivot from just being a festive gifting brand to an all-year-round gifting one. And to take on this challenge, we conducted extensive consumer immersions, which revealed 3 potential occasions: anniversaries, birthdays, and professional achievements. And amongst the three, with 65% of all year round gifting, birthdays emerged as a clear winner, being relevant across age groups and more repetitive than any other occasion. Now, when it came to birthdays, we realized that across the globe, there's only one birthday song. You know, the one which is playing in your head right now? The one with the same lyrics, the same music, and the same tone. And given our consumer behavior, we identified key pillars to lay the foundation of our campaign: personalization and unique experiences. And to bind these two together at scale, we needed generative AI. And for the first time ever, we combined 4 generative AI tools: AI generated lyrics, AI composed music, AI generated vocals, and real-time generation of personalized songs to create a platform that transforms the bland, templatized, and decade-old birthday song into a personalized experience. Presenting to you Cadbury Celebrations, My Birthday Song. Now, the birthday song campaign was so unique because it spoke to the one gifting and the one receiving the gift also. So, our presence on media mirrored birthday behaviors, and we brought the idea to life with a multimedia approach: content for inspiration, presence on keyboards while wishing birthdays on WhatsApp, to ordering cakes on food delivery platforms, and also during movie outings. And by the end of the day, all the birthday boys and girls got an experience which they proudly broadcasted on their social media handles. Now let's look at an AV that shows how revolutionary this idea really was.
There are 8 billion people in the world, but only one happy birthday song with the same lyrics and the same tune for everyone. Presenting Cadbury Celebrations My Birthday Song, a personalized birthday song for everyone. We created this platform using 4 generative AI tools: AI generated lyrics, AI generated vocals, AI composed music, real-time generation of personalized songs. Just scan a Cadbury Celebrations pack. Tell us a bit about the person you want to wish. Choose the AI-generated lyrics, singer and genre, and we'll create a birthday song that's all about them.
Like a king on the throne, happy birthday roll, you're the star.
आज है दादी का बर्थडे, करेंगे हम सब मजे.
Happy birthday, Nishita, my star, keep shining no matter how far.
Birthdays are now all about feeling like a star. Speaking of which, Bollywood icon Karan Johar also made a song for superstar Kajol.
Happy birthday, hamari Bollywood queen.
Sweetest thing ever. Bollywood's biggest star Amitabh Bachchan praised the campaign on national TV.
Personalized birthday song Cadbury Celebrations के जरिए बनाया जा सकता है.
We made sure everyone remembers to make their loved one's birthdays special. The internet got talking and talking.
What really unique and different? So Cadbury Celebration has come up with something really interesting for birthday.
तेरे मीम के collections का लगेगा auction, चलो start करें birthday celebration. Happy birthday my best friend.
We created quite a buzz. And people created over 1.2 million songs. The brand metrics skyrocketed, sparking an immediate inflection in business. The TVC had a breakthrough result. We created countless special moments, making birthdays in India truly personal and memorable. Cadbury Celebrations My Birthday Song, a personalized birthday song for everyone.
The campaign had groundbreaking results. We generated over 1.2 million unique personalized songs in personalized vocals, and more than 350 million views throughout the campaign, which surpassed industry viewing benchmarks by 50%. The initiative was covered by esteemed publications, which drove 99%
Last
positive
minute.
sentiment and interaction. The love reflected in business as well, and brand consideration scores went up by 24 points, and inflection in business by 10% during the non-festive period. This campaign is a masterpiece that continues to resonate even after the birthday candles are blown out and becoming self-sustaining with over 5,000 unique songs created every single day and even today. And to end, I want to say there are 1.4 billion people in India. किसी का तो birthday आ ही रहा होगा ना? So go ahead and give this personalized song to someone you know. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation is Spotify.
Hello, everyone. Just give me a second. What screen are you seeing? Are you seeing my presenter view?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, just give me a second. Share sound, audience window, share. Are you seeing a full screen without the notes?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Great. Just give me 1 minute to start. And yes, I'm ready to start.
Start now.
Thank you. Hey everyone. Today I want to start this Emvies presentation with a promise. कि मैं जो भी बोलूंगी, दिल खोल के बोलूंगी. It's when we speak from the heart that people pay close attention. And no one knows the value of speaking from the heart more than today's creators. Today, the joy of creation has too many variables. Creative expression is bound by algorithms, audience and platform demands, and trending formats. They were making a lot of content, but not for themselves. If only there was a way one could express themselves freely without succumbing to the limits of today's creativerse. There is. It's called a podcast, and even better, you can make one on your smartphone with the Anchor by Spotify app. Anchor by Spotify is an app that allows anyone to begin their podcasting journey on their smartphone, just like recording a voice note. Our task was to get India's creators to begin using the app to make podcasts. Sounds simple enough, right? Not exactly. Even though India is the third largest podcast listening market, the creator universe was still quite nascent. Why? 3 major reasons. 1, creators couldn't clearly see success codes for a podcasting career. What does it look like to be an Indian podcaster in their A game? 2, there weren't enough seasoned veterans who could give podcasting newbies this kind of vision. And 3, there was too much scattered content and not enough clear answers on the when, why, and most importantly, how to podcast. Our task, therefore, was a lot bigger than just promoting the app. First, it was to encourage creators to make content for themselves through podcasts, and then to get them to do that on Anchor. And the promise I made at the start of the presentation, that was what we told all the creators out there in English, Hindi, and Tamil. With podcasting, they could speak from the heart, or dil khol ke bolo. Talk to any podcaster out there, and they'll tell you that speaking from the heart is the number one reason they love doing what they do. As podcaster May Mariam Thomas says, podcasting is one of the most powerful ways to connect to people, have more nuanced conversations, and to be creatively bold. To deliver this profound message, our strategy was to create new podcasting icons where there were previously none. We chose 3 hosts of Spotify India's biggest podcasts and made them the heroes that would land the promise of Dil Khol Ke Bolo. They were Ranveer Alabhadia, Lisa Mangaldas, and Makapa Anand. We didn't want to be yet another piece of content that touches upon podcasting but doesn't give any real direction. So rather than have the 3-star and emotion driven ads, we had them give real and actionable tips to any creator out there searching for their voice. The glamorous treatment of each video created natural success codes for the podcasting world.
पॉडकास्ट बनाने की सोच रहे हो? Here are my 3 tips that help turn the Ranveer show into India's smartest podcast. Start with an idea that's close to your दिल. मुझे अपने हीरो से लाइफ लेसन सीखकर आपके साथ शेयर करना था. बस ऐसे ही अपने आइडिया पर रिकॉर्ड बटन दबाओ and you're set to be a podcaster. पॉडकास्ट बनाने के लिए आपको चाहिए सिर्फ एक स्मार्टफोन और Spotify का पॉडकास्ट क्रिएशन ऐप Anchor. वॉइस नोट की तरह रिकॉर्ड करो कहीं से भी. Keep it consistent. ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. रेगुलरली एपिसोड्स बनाओगे तो ऑडियंस बेस बढ़ेगा. कंपाउंडिंग का पावर समझते हो ना? तो डोंट होल्ड बैक. शुरू करो अपना पॉडकास्ट. एंकर बाय स्पॉटिफाई पे जाओ, रिकॉर्ड बटन दबाओ और दिल खोल के बोलो.
Like Ranveer, Lisa and Makapa talked about starting with an idea you believe in and used their own successful podcasts as an example. These long format 45-seconders were loved by creators, garnering over 10 million views, double of what was planned, and a view through rate that was 1.5 times industry benchmarks. These videos were followed by short format onboarding videos that drove home just how easy it was to make a podcast using Anchor by Spotify.
Starting your podcast is so easy. I can tell you what you need in 15 seconds. Your smartphone, Spotify's podcast creation app, Anchor, and an idea you believe in. That's it. So begin your podcasting journey today with Anchor by Spotify or Dil Khol Ke Bolo.
These 15-second films garnered over 8 million views, 1.5 times what was planned, with a view-through rate that was 1.5 times industry benchmarks. We collaborated with known voices in the world of podcasting who had started their journey on Anchor by Spotify. These creators spoke about how easily they recorded their first episode and drove their audiences to download the app and start for themselves. Just 4 reels got not only great engagements, but also direct clicks to download. We knew there was no dearth of frustrated creators, so we dropped answers where they had questions. Our presence on Quora increased podcast-related searches by 20%. On LinkedIn, we encouraged thought leaders to start their podcasting journey too. We also ran branded listicles around how you can start a podcast on Anchor in less than an hour. These drove 3.5 lakh page views.
वॉइस नोट की तरह फोन पे रिकॉर्ड करो, फोन पे ही एडिट करो और सीधा डाल दो स्पॉटिफाई पे. और हाँ, एक चीज तो है, ये ऐप फ्री है और फ्री की चीजें कभी छोटी नहीं है.
On YouTube, we collaborated with one of the most prolific creators, MythPat, who spoke about the ease and attractiveness of the Anchor app. The video trended at number 8 nationally, delivered incredible impressions and views, and resulted in over 3,000 creators getting started on Anchor. Within a limited audience base of existing Indian creators only, we delivered brilliant results and more than met our brief. Dil Khol Ke Bolo resulted in an 8% increase in monthly active creators and 15 million reach, double of what was planned. What made this campaign so great was how it directly addressed a universal creator tension, built strong success codes that showed creators a glimpse of their future, gave them podcasting heroes to look up to, and gave them simple and actionable directions to become podcasters, all on their mobile smartphone. We had successfully gotten through to India's beleaguered creators with our simple but profound message. When you speak from the heart, people will listen, especially when it's your own new podcast made on Anchor by Spotify. Thank you.
Thank you. Jury members, please have a break for 5 minutes. We'll come back at 11:34. Jury members, can we start the next one?
Can we start, jury members?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Next
Sandeep, you can
presentation.
start.
Next presentation is Nestle India KitKat.
Good morning, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Can I just start the presentation? Is it on full screen?
No, we can see your notes. Please change it into presentable.
Just 1 second, I'm resharing my screen.
Okay.
Is it now visible?
Yeah.
No notes?
No.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Manisha, and welcome to the world of cool breaks, the world of KitKat. Did you know that KitKat is the most loved chocolate brand in India? Yes, it is. As per TRA's most desired brand report, KitKat is. However, it is still a challenger with a huge headroom to grow and capture market share. Our iconic finger resonates with youth and make the brand stands for break. To further grow and continue being the most loved brand, we had to increase our penetration, which means more recall, more engagement, that too at a scale. True to the category's essence, KitKat wanted to build movements that could be cherished by youth and solidified its position as being the most creative and consumer-focused brand. And when it comes to youth, we all know love and friendships takes the top seat among all the cherished moments. And hence, what could be a better occasion than Valentine's Day to drive the brand connect? Why? Because 40% of the category sales happen in Q1, thanks to the Valentine's Day. But we did not want it to go the mundane, mushy route. We wanted to be disruptive. We observed that the new age Gen Z believes in less is more, and being on social and chat platform are their lifelines. Especially known for the love and the personalized communication, including stickers, GIFs, and emojis. We married the two insights and launched our first ever limited edition Love Break Lingo Pack, the new way to express and share love. The next step was to bring these packs to life for the consumer, and for that, we entered their virtual world and disrupted it. Come, let me show you how did we do that.
The youth of today has their own way of communicating and expressing themselves, from quirky acronyms to wacky inside jokes. In their urban vocab, shorter is cool. KitKat picked up on this insight and on Valentine's Day presented them KitKat #LoveBreakLingo, a new and fun love lingo with expressions that Gen Z could use to express their feelings across various relationships. We kicked off the campaign by launching limited edition KitKat #LoveBreakLingo packs, customized with these love break lingos. By incorporating quirky love lingos frequently used in different relationships, KitKat straight up added a whole new set of expressions to the youth dictionary. #LoveBreakLingo, also known as the language of love. Gen Z could choose their pick of packs to celebrate and take a break with their loved ones, whether it was a friend or a partner. To make love break lingo the new love language, especially with the digital-first Gen Z and millennials who are actively using social media and chat platforms, KitKat partnered with an AI-led platform, Bobble AI, whose engine is compatible with Indian languages, understands consumers' real-time intent, and maps it with the right content. We created 8 cool viral hashtag love break lingo stickers, providing users with a novel and expressive way to communicate. Bobble AI, with its AI magic, suggested relevant stickers to replace the plain text messages and made it highly expressive and personalized, which we then integrated on top chat platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and Instagram to further spread the hashtag love break lingo. For on-ground activations, KitKat installed interactive kiosks in prominent malls to give a tangible and immersive brand experience. As they say, when you give love, you get love, right? Our campaign, which struck a perfect balance with a 50-50 ratio of branded to unbranded content, got pure love in return, as evident by these success numbers. The hashtag LoveBreakLingo garnered an impressive reach of 206 million users and an incredible 47 million views. The quirky stickers resonated with more than 391,000 users, a substantial 23% increase in sales during the Valentine's Day period. There was a market share gain of over 100 basis points compared to the previous year. Numbers aside, KitKat melted hearts and transformed itself from a chocolate brand to a cultural darling. The youth of today has their way of communicating and expressing themselves
And to top it all, our client appreciation is the testimony of our success. In all, the campaign was super hit success for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation is Cadbury Dairy Milk.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Should I begin?
Yeah, you can start.
Good morning, judges. My name is Sanket Rajput, and today I'm going to talk about how Cadbury Dairy Milk made India generous again. Let me start by asking you a simple question. Do you recognize these personalities? Can't even guess, right? However, we can instantly recognize them, and their huge fan base is a testament to the same. Even cricketers who have recently debuted in the ongoing Test series have witnessed overnight fame and recognition. Because in India, cricket is a religion and cricketers are gods, receiving unparalleled support and love. Even more so during IPL, where the whole nation go bonkers for cricket. However, seldom do we know that many global tournaments of other sports featuring talented Indian athletes happen during the same time, which unfortunately do not get the same kind of coverage, love, or support. The situation is so bad that professional Indian athletes from other sports have to plead for love and support from the people. Here's where we pitch in. As a brand that stands for acknowledging the unacknowledged, Cadbury Dairy Milk set out to melt this massive power distance that existed in the biggest cricketing tournament in India, the Indian Premier League. We use the power of IPL to uplift the other sports. While other brands create impact through Cricket Click, we leverage cricket itself to create impact on the largest sporting community and fraternity. Presenting Cadbury Dairy Milk Cheer for All Sports. encapsulating an industry-first technology to seamlessly bridge the gap between physical games and digital engagement. Here's how we did it.
This is when India plays cricket. And this is when India plays any other sport.
अगर हम मतलब खाली स्टेडियम में मैच जीतते हैं तो ऐसे क्वाइट सा रह जाता है कि वो मूवमेंट से नहीं आती बट खुशी से नहीं आती.
For any athlete, playing for India is a matter of immense pride, and even a little bit of support makes a difference. So, this IPL, when India was glued to their TV screens, we turned the attention of fans to all the other Indian sporting action happening alongside IPL. Cadbury presents Cheer for All Sports. We redesigned the iconic Cadbury Dairy Milk pack, where every letter of the brand logo represented a sport that India plays. On scanning the pack, fans were led to an interactive platform that encouraged them to register and have their calendars blocked so that they could be notified and directed to a live Team India match. We installed screens and cameras at various stadiums in 5 countries across 5 sporting events where India represented. And the cheers got louder with UV and Bhaji.
एक एथलीट के लिए जो आपके सपोर्टर्स का प्यार, उनके चीयर्स पहुंचने जरूरी. तो उस समय जो कैडबरी ने बड़े बड़े स्क्रीन्स लगाए और जो अलग अलग इनिशिएटिव्स लिए, उनसे कितना फर्क पड़ा.
जब हम कंपटीशन के लिए प्रिपेयर होते हैं और जब हम कंपटीशन जाते हैं और जब स्क्रीन्स पे लोग ऑनलाइन हमें चीयर अप करते हैं, तो जब वो चीज़ देख के हमें बहुत मोटिवेशन मिलता है और हमें और ज़्यादा अंदर से जोश आता है कि और जान लगाना है, एक तरफा जीतना है.
I just think that hearing these stories more the reason for us to cheer for every sport.
कैडबरी का जो cheer for all sports इनिशिएटिव है, स्टेडियम्स पे बड़े बड़े स्क्रीन्स लगाए ताकि लोग जो नहीं भी पहुंच सकते आके आपको cheer करें.
वर्चुअल टाइप का जो स्क्रीन्स है जहाँ पे लाइव लोग देखते हैं, हम लोग को फील होता है हाँ यार लोग हमारे साथ है, वो एक फीलिंग हमेशा अच्छा होता है.
First of all, thank you to Cadbury for this initiative when I did the campaign Cheer for All Sports. It's very important to support all sports.
We also tied up with Sportskeeda to further rally fan sentiment. In doing so, we enabled millions of fans to turn up virtually and cheer for Team India across multiple screens at various sporting venues. This gesture instantly boosted the morale of our athletes. So, when India participates in the happiness of not just cricket, but all Indian teams, India wins. अब हर इंडियन टीम की खुशी में शामिल होकर देखिए कैडबरी डेयरी मिल्क. कुछ अच्छा हो जाए, कुछ मीठा हो जाए.
For Cheer for All Sports campaign, we covered 5 tournaments, and dynamic schedule of each tournament required a portable touchpoint for audience to view the live stream. Success of this campaign rested on the shoulders of the growing mobile penetration, which would lead to easy accessibility. And hence, our entire consumer journey was created with mobile-first approach, nudging fans towards actively supporting Indian athletes in real time, virtually, and from anywhere. So we went live with ads serving to microsite, to event invites, to push notifications, to video chats, to live cheer, and mobile was at the heart of it all. Cheer for All Sports thrived on dynamism, and through sports apps, fan pages, and Google mobile marketing, our cheers just kept getting louder. The campaign reached a whopping 380 million people, with 7 lakhs audience registered to view the live stream. Support from people helped us deliver phenomenal business results and significant growth across band metrics, earning us coverage worth 45 lakhs. What's even more priceless is that even brands like Parley use the hashtag Cheer for All Sports for their social media posts during the same time. Many influential businessmen and sportspersons like Mr. Harsh praised the initiative as they cheered for other sports along with us. Now, I hope that Shrijesh, Dyuti, and Nikhil get the recognition and support they deserve. And as we gear up for IPL and T20 World Cup this year, this is our chance to support the journeys of the athletes from other sports who are looking to bring glory to the nation at Paris Olympics this July. India, India. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation is Spotify.
Hi everyone, my name is Akanksha and I will be presenting the Spotify case study on how we established Spotify as the ultimate mood catalyst. Spotify came into the Indian music scene 5 years ago, and when it did, there was a huge anticipation for the app, as it was seen as the cool new kid on the block. We scaled almost immediately and became the music app for everyone. Cut to 5 years later, our challenge was slightly more complex. We had to grow the category by onboarding non-streamers and retain the existing streamers, all the while increasing their consumption. Need of the hour was to differentiate and break the clutter. Generally, music consumption is perceived to be used only in certain moments, like festivals, house parties, commute, workout, etc. We did a detailed research to understand how music can have a deeper and sustained impact in a consumer's life. And the key revelation was that it helps alter emotions and even block external noise, reduce stress and anxiety, and enhance creativity. Basically, music is the ultimate mood catalyst. This way, we came up with India's first reparation media strategy, which cemented Spotify as the platform that users could tune into when they wanted to change their mood or set their mood. It led to the creation of Mood to tabhi banega jab Spotify chalega. With the what answered, we moved to the how. How should we make Spotify the ultimate mood setter? We set up 2 critical phases to bring this to life: announce and converse. In the announcement phase, we co-created communication, activated multimedia campaigns, and collaborated with the hottest couple of the time, Alia and Ranbir.
इसे मनाएंगे पहली दिवाली।
This, along with other assets, was strategically used to create high-impact presence across the digital touchpoints. We doubled down on our own 1P audiences to continue building imagery and reached highly affined audiences via paid, owned, and earned media. For the converse phase, we hijacked Gen Z's favorite way of communication. Memes, lenses, and gaming, we had it all. We collaborated with Bobby Deol and Imran Hashmi, the 2 underrated actors, to send out the first sneak peek of the campaign. We narrowed down these actors by using our proprietary tool, which had a custom algorithm to fit into the Spotify's requirement. This can easily be the reason Bobby Deol came back into the limelight. They became a perfect fit when they used their old movie clips to create memes of themselves. A domino effect followed with hundreds of memes creating their own version of the trend and thereby creating immense chatter in a span of just 2 days. No wonder after this, Bobby Deol backed the role of Jamal Gudu. The conversation was further boosted with our simple use of Twitter mechanism, where we used multiple heart emojis to nudge users to turn their mood around. On the day of Diwali, we also created Mood Diwali Lands on Snapchat with many features like lights, crackers, and rangoli to uplift anyone's mood. To give you a mood of the campaign, here is the video.
It's a universal human truth that music changes one's mood. From sad to happy, grumpy to cheerful, depressed to hopeful. The list is endless. Who better than Spotify could do that magic? With its vast offering of playlists, singers, and languages for every single listener. The objective was to reach out to Gen Z listeners with Spotify's young and hip-hop brains that had a perfect song for their every mood and their desire to express themselves. To resonate with Gen Z and millennials, we spoke in their much-loved language of memes with Spotify on to Mood On, a viral filmy meme campaign to set their mood right. To start the viral wave, we roped in Bollywood celebs to take a dig at themselves, only to be made viral by popular meme pages and a host of influencers. We soon got a flurry of organic response from netizens, making it a viral sensation and getting picked by influential brands. It was a clean sweep. Spotify changed the mood of the internet in no time.
Our efforts resulted in a tremendous 1.5 times growth of MAUs and DAUs, a 7% increase in TOMA, 13x growth in Gen Z listeners, and over 6 million streamers were gained through the campaign's activations across mediums. Overall, the campaign reached 260 million plus audiences. That'll be all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation is Vodafone Idea.
Hello, everyone. Is my screen up?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, let me know when to start.
You can start now.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikita and I'm excited to present how we managed to leverage a gamified branding sponsorship to drive performance goals for Vodafone Idea. The Indian telecom industry was saturated with no growth in subscribers since 2019, so we needed to find new avenues for growth. With Jio entering the market, all three big telecom players were in heated price wars. There was no scope of increasing revenue from recharge packs. That's when their focus shifted on increasing their revenue by monetizing their app user base. But V app has only served as a utility for bill payments and recharges, resulting in low monthly active users. This led to V teaming up with multiple partners like OTT, gaming platforms, etc., all available on the V app for continuous user engagement. Our key objective, therefore, was to increase monthly active users on app by 25% within the span of 12 months. While we consistently received organic app installs and engagement daily, the growth was marginal. Typically, in this situation, the most common approach for any agency would be to ramp up media spends on paid performance campaigns. But for V, beyond a certain threshold, increased spends in performance campaigns would lead to cannibalizing the organic installs. This means that additional monies would be allocated towards acquiring installs that would have occurred organically anyway. This limited our growth from both paid and organic to 14 to 15% within the year. So we had to find a solution that would increase app installs without cannibalizing organic numbers. We needed a hack, something that would give us results without doing things the traditional way. Our MMM study established a strong correlation between impact properties and lifts on business ROI, website visits, and app install numbers. We evaluated high impact properties like Cricket, Big Boss, KBC, and many more for their reach and their popularity. But we needed a property where we could incentivize users to install apps without hampering their experience of the show. We found that golden opportunity with Kaun Banega Karodpati, a long-lasting show that had the potential to not only get us high reach but also bring engagement. Since our objective was to promote the app, we wanted to target younger, digitally savvy users. So we partnered with the Sony Live app for a digital integration. We found that 90% of Sony Live's content is accessed via mobile and handheld devices, making it the perfect platform to incentivize users to install the V app. On the SonyLive app, KBC was an interactive experience. Users could play along with the contestant in the live show. The play-along participants could also use lifelines to move forward in the leaderboard, and the highest scorer could get a chance to be on the hot seat. Last season, 125 million users participated in the play-along and used lifelines. We leveraged this lifeline feature and offered an extra lifeline to users who downloaded the V app. Let's look at the AV to see how this integration unfolded.
Telecom giants have started focusing on new avenues to increase their app user base. V's objective was to increase the monthly active users on app by 25%. Performance campaign after certain investments start cannibalizing the organic installs. So we got only 14 to 15% additional users by the end of the year. Thus, a disruptive breakthrough was needed. Hence, we explored a partnership with SonyLive, India's second biggest OTT, and sponsored KBC, India's biggest reality show. On SonyLive, KBC Play Along had an interactive experience where users could use lifelines to move forward and the highest scorer could get a chance to be on hot seat. Last season, 125 million users participated in the play along and used lifelines. We leveraged this lifeline feature and offered an extra lifeline exclusively to V users who downloaded the V app. Since our target audience was only V users, we did end-to-end integration between V app and SonyLive to pass signals back to SonyLive only when the app is installed by V users. During play along, user clicks on install V app option. Redirection to Google Play Store is done to download the V app. Post installation, the user opens the V app and verifies V number using OTP. Once the number is verified, signal is passed back to SonyLive app and the user is credited with additional lifeline. This entire transmission took less than 10 seconds. User can use this lifeline anytime during the play along. To create instant awareness about V Lifeline, we did spotlight branding on SonyLive, pre and mid rolls during KBC, V banner on homepage of Play Along, high impact integration on every answer card, promotions on the waiting page to explain how to earn a lifeline. Additional promotions were done using KBC and V creatives and pop-ups during live KBC. Of the 158 million play-along participants, 34 million unique users redeemed the V Lifeline. 6 million plus unique V app were installed through SonyLive alone. The MAUs surged by 30%, achieving the year-long target within 5 months.
While most marketers would be dependent on performance campaigns, through our innovative partnership with the SonyLive app, we used a gamified branding campaign to overachieve our targets. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next presentation is Disney Plus Hotstar. Can you please share the system zone?
Am I audible?
Yeah, but please share the computer zone.
Sorry?
Please share the computer zone. While sharing the presentation itself, we'll be finding an option.
Just a moment. Sorry for this. Do I need to do this? I'm not able to get you. Sorry.
Close this presentation and reshare it once again.
Sure.
While resharing it, you will be finding it.
Is this visible now?
Still, you didn't share the song.
Please go to the display settings and change it to on the top, the center button, display settings.
Is it audible now? Am I audible?
Yes, but we can see your notes.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Really?
fine now.
Are my notes visible now?
No.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, just a moment. Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, you can start now.
Hello, my name is Khalisi Ritu. And before we start, a word from our partners without whom this innovation would not have been possible.
अरे भाई एक मजे की बात बताओ बता ना अगस्त में आपने स्विगी ऐप में मेरी गाड़ी ड्रैगन बन गया था वो भी पूरे 7 दिन के लिए
अरे तो था ही तुझे याद है कस्टमर का घर भी बदल गया था और तो और डिलीवरी के टाइम सारे कस्टमर बोल रहे थे कि साला ड्रैगन पे उड़ के आया है और खाना भी गर्मा गर्म लाया है
अरे वो तो छोड़ एक तो कॉलेज के बच्चे तो मुझे जॉन्स बुला रहे थे उन्हें पूछा तो बोले हाउस ऑफ द ड्रैगन बोल के एक बड़ा इंग्लिश शो आने वाला है
अरे मुझे किसी सुंदर लड़की का फोटो दिखाया और बोला ये तो खलीसी है और तो और अपने दिल्ली लखनऊ के भाई लोग भी बोल रहे थे कि सारे के सारे कस्टमर सिर्फ ड्रैगन के बारे में ही बात कर रहे थे
ये तो सिर्फ शुरुआत था मुझे पता है ये अपना ड्रैगन वाले के बाद तो अपनी स्विगी ऐप में भाई कल तो अपना गाड़ी बोतल बन गया कभी चॉकलेट का रैपर तो कभी लिपस्टिक
हाँ ना भाई सबसे खतरनाक तो अपना सल्लू भाई का टाइगर भी घूम रहा था जिधर अपन गाड़ी लेके जा रहे थे
अरे ये सब अपना ड्रैगन देख के छापने लगे चलो ये सब कैसे हुआ मैडम जी अब आपको समझाएगी मैडम जी अब आपका डिलीवरी
Disney Plus Hotstar was set to launch House of the Dragon, the prequel to the highly successful Game of Thrones. We aim to build anticipation and engage audiences through interactivity in order to make them feel a part of the journey. Our launch coincided with cricket, original content releases, and blockbuster movies. We were also competing with another iconic mytho-fantasy prequel, The Rings of Power, which was set to release at the same time but on a different platform. It was critical for us to rise above this clutter to establish Disney Plus Hotstar as the destination for House of the Dragon. Research showed that our audiences were constantly multitasking while looking through their OTT. While social media ranked an obvious number one, ordering food and groceries online was a close second. We also noted that online food delivery apps garnered significant attention, right from the moment of ordering until the food was delivered to the doorstep. We aim to explore partnerships with food apps to engage with our audiences beyond reaching them through only inventory ads. While evaluating food delivery apps, we scanned through pages to identify where we could connect and interact with our audiences. The food ordering and payment pages had very limited scope. However, The map section is where we actually struck gold. The time spent on this particular page was 1.7 times higher than any other page of the app. Users were constantly checking the screen while waiting for their food to arrive. Now, don't you think having a dragon deliver the order would be the perfect way to grab audience attention? In a global and industry-first partnership, we convinced Swiggy for a product-level change, that too on their post-order screen. The bike-riding delivery person transformed into a dragon. The delivery destination was marked by the Targaryen sigil, while a banner announced that the dragon rider was on the way. And all of this at a cost that doesn't break the bank. Enough talking. Let's watch what actually transpired.
As the most watched series around the globe came to an end, they announced a prequel, House of the Dragon. This was an HBO exclusive that was set to launch on Disney Plus Hotstar. We were up against stiff competition from Amazon Prime's The Ring of Power, fighting for the attention of a similar fan base. We wanted to engage our audience in an innovative, impactful and never done before manner, making them a part of the journey. Our insight showed binge watching and binge eating was the new normal in the post-pandemic era. Research showed while watching OTT content, ordering food and groceries was one of the top activities along with checking social media. People have a tendency to check their phones constantly while waiting for their food to get delivered. We identified this high involvement time as an unutilized space of advertising inventory that we could use for driving interaction. Disney Plus Hotstar thus forged a one-of-a-kind industry-first partnership with India's leading food delivery app, Swiggy. Imagine the surprise of the customer to see the dragon deliver your biryani. We could make our audiences a part of the marketing journey. It was an innovative strategy but a challenging one, as we were asking our partner to change their interface at a product level. But Swiggy rolled with us and we were able to tweak the widget to resemble a dragon and home icon to the Targaryen sigil with a subtext and a call to action, leading audiences to the first episode of the show. We did what no other OTT competitor has done. We didn't just launch a new show, we launched an entire conversation piece. The results were astounding, surpassing our expectations. Within just 3 days of the campaign, we achieved 2 times the impression and 1.5 times the reach against benchmarks. The overall CTR was 1.5% and the campaign contributed to the subscriber base significantly. We were the first to get Swiggy to open their app for integrations. Swiggy integrations are now a coveted piece of inventory for brands. Our competitors have used this to launch SRK Salman movies, rockets and satellites. Other categories also jumped on the bandwagon promoting biscuits, lipsticks, soaps and credit cards among others. But remember, it was our dragon that burned the path that others now follow.
This was an ideal campaign. Brand bhi khush, partner bhi khush, or audience bhi khush. And like they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Many brands across categories have now followed suit using this unique inventory. But remember, it was our dragon that showed the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presenter, Cadbury Fivestar.
Just give me a minute. Just a second. Wait, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope I'm audible and the notes are not visible.
Yes.
Cool. Let me know when to start. I'll go ahead and yeah.
Yeah, you can start.
Good afternoon, esteemed jury members, and happy Women's Day to all the women out here. That was one interesting campaign by the Dragons. Now, let's look at a campaign where we humans have achieved everything and more by doing nothing. But before I start with my presentation, let's quickly start with an eye test. Tell me, what's the one common thing you see on all these apps out here? Go ahead, take a moment to soak it in, because by the end of this presentation, I'll ask you the same question again, and I bet you'll see something different. Well, starting with a small introduction, in a world filled with hustle and bustle, Cadbury Fivestar is a brand that reminds Gen Z that it's okay to hit the pause button and embrace the art of doing nothing. We have done that in our past campaigns. We have successfully inspired Gen Z and even Google to do nothing. And believe it or not, we have come a long way. And hence, our next campaign wasn't for our audience to do nothing, but a reminder for us to live the brand philosophy and do nothing. In the festive season of 2022, when every brand was trying to outshine the others, Cadbury Fivestar, amidst the chaos, wanted to stand out by doing nothing. Our target audience, the digital savvy Gen Zs, are not just buyers, but researchers who consider the infamous online 5-star rating system as the hallmark of trust. Suddenly, like a golden wrapper in a sea of silver, came our eureka moment. We realized, oh, wait, 5-star was already everywhere, and in the form of 5-star rating icon on every other app. Suddenly, the new 5-star logo became an active part of the mobile and digital landscape. So what next? Well, we simply tweaked our packaging to resemble this omnipresent 5-star symbol. Genius, aren't we? But what if we tell you that was just the beginning? We began our media approach by seeding our connection into every consumer's mind. Right from a YouTube masthead to Disney Plus Hotstar billboard, we took over high-impact properties on smartphones, making it unmissable for anyone and everyone. But just talking about 5-star being everywhere wasn't enough. We wanted to truly walk the talk and bring the 5-star magic to life. So we decided to take over the untouched media inventory on mobile apps that people use every day, and created a special 5-star connection with a disclaimer stating that any resemblance to Cadbury 5-star is purely coincidental. Not to forget, we infiltrated 1,000 most used mobile apps like Swiggy, Dunzo, and Paytm without spending a rupee. Our new logo, now a doppelganger of the 5-star app, was everywhere. From food delivery apps to online shopping apps, 5-star was literally everywhere. Some brands caught us red-handed and decided to take a dig at us, only to realize that they're giving us more earned PR. Thank you, folks. Within no time, the internet started buzzing with a wacky and subconscious connection. And without the invitation, we got more than 15,000 suggestions from consumers to look out for our next packaging designs. Some were even the flags of countries that should not be named. So we thought, if there are so many people already noticing 5-star across the globe, why not find a way to reward them? Thus, a mobile-friendly microsite was born for those masters of nothingness to come identify 5-stars and get rewarded. We didn't stop at apps. We even found our way into the FIFA World Cup fever with a clever logo tweak, all without spending a single penny on traditional ads or sponsorships. Our digital ads humorously declared, "This is not a 5-star ad," yet everyone was talking about 5-star. We even found our crazy 5-star lookalike in every Indian household. Obviously, we had to take it over using the power of social media. A campaign that started with a simple observation turned into a national sensation and got us earned PR worth $3.3 million. Talking about numbers, we witnessed a humongous 58% increase in sales compared to the previous year. Social media buzzed with 71% positive sentiments. We garnered 1.2 billion organic impressions and 6,600 mentions on X. That's a lot. To sum it up, we turned touch points into talking points, engaging our audience in a conversation about doing nothing. Here's a glimpse of how we did it.
Chocolate brands spend a fortune on flashing their logos on thousands of apps. How can Cadbury 5-star compete with that? Simple. For the first time in decades, we tweaked our logo. Now every time an app asks for a rating, you'll see our logo for free. Does that make this the biggest ad campaign in history? Some apps didn't take it lying down. At the start of the World Cup, we changed our logo again for a spot that no brand can afford.
And Brazil take the lead.
We're not allowed to name our main ambassador. Oh, oops.
It's Neymar.
And we changed it again to hijack the mandatory sticker found on every refrigerator in India. Why stop there? We're going after every set of 5 stars on the planet. And the internet has some ideas for us. Thousands of them.
Last minute.
And now that you've seen the campaign, let's revisit that question from the beginning. So tell me, what's the one common thing you see on all these apps now? Has anything changed? Well, thank you for your time. That was my presentation. But if you're still seeing 5-star everywhere, trust me, it's not a coincidence. Thank you.
Thank you. Next presentation is Unilever Shikhar.
Yes, just wanted to check whether I'm audible and can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
All right. Let me know when I can start, please.
You can start.
नमस्ते। आज की केस स्टडी प्रेजेंट करने के लिए मैं आपकी मुलाकात एक किराना स्टोर ओनर से कराना चाहता हूं। वो शॉपकीपर और कोई नहीं, मेरा दोस्त और कलीग अली है। मीडिया इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन करने से पहले वो 5 साल तक वर्सोवा मुंबई में एक किराना स्टोर चलाता था। उससे मुझे ये पता चला कि एक स्टोर चलाने में कितनी मेहनत लगती है। वो 12 घंटे काम करता था और उसका पूरा दिन अपना बिजनेस बढ़ाने में ही चला जाता था। उसका बिजनेस उस टाइम पे काफी अच्छा ही चल रहा था। दिन के 100-200 ट्रांजैक्शंस हो रहे थे और कस्टमर्स के साथ एक गहरा रिश्ता बन गया था। पर कोविड के आने से लोगों ने अपनी सारी शॉपिंग ऑनलाइन करनी शुरू कर दी थी। कोविड के बाद भी कस्टमर्स कोई भी सामान पे अच्छा रेट लेने के लिए बड़े ई कॉमर्स ऐप पे चले जाते थे। अली के लिए बिजनेस चलाना बहुत ही मुश्किल हो गया था, बिकॉज अली एंड मेनी लाइक हिम वर सिंपली नॉट रेडी फॉर दिस चेंज। टू cater to retailers like Ali, Unilever had a solution in Shikhar app. The app enabled retailers with easy order placements, inventory stock up, product discovery, and low-cost credit line. But the app standalone was not enough to restore profitability for the retailers. We identified the business issue. There was simply no engagement or actions on the app. While the app facilitated transactions between the retailer and Unilever, it failed to bridge the gap between the retailer and the end customer. Our task was clear. We had to create engagements on the app and deliver value for the retailers and customers. The first big upscale came with the Mandira Bedi's live commerce activity, and retailers benefited a lot with discounts and product information. But this activity was only between Unilever and retailers again, and hence retailers still complained, धंधा अभी भी मंदा ही है, अब मंदिरा तो नहीं आ रही मेरा सामान बेचने। Well, if not Mandira, we needed an equally popular celebrity to talk to the customers on behalf of the retailers. It is literally impossible for a regular kirana store owner to have influential celebrities endorsing their offers and products and still add to their bottom line. Imagine, guys, same mobile that the retailer already uses, same Shikhar app that he already knows how to use, a huge celebrity that everyone loves to listen to. But now he isn't talking to the retailer, he's talking for the retailer. We literally changed the erstwhile entertainment device of retailers into a business-making magic wand. अब क्या था? बस समझो हो ही गया. Let's watch the story unfold in our AV.
In India's rapidly changing FMCG marketplace, Unilever launched Shikhar, a B2B app. This app helped the Kirana store owners to buy smarter, increase efficiency, and impact sales. With over 1.3 million retailers subscribed on the app, it was a win-win situation for Unilever. However, for the average Kirana store owner, the customer was still king and profitability was still key. The app, however, lacked the solution for both, leading to severe dormancy. While there were multiple initiatives, none addressed the bottom line. We needed something to break the circuit, and the answer lied in Circuit himself.
Yes, Circuit.
Introducing Circuit Bolega to Sunega India.
नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब. मैं हूं अर्शद वारसी.
An AI-powered solution that not only boosts retailers' store visibility, but also significantly increases sales. Arshad Warsi was the spot-on choice as the face and voice of every Indian retailer across the country. His memorable roles in Bollywood movies and his relatable persona made him the right person to represent the average Indian retailer. The customization using Gen AI technology wasn't just to the effect of the store names.
की स्टोर पांडुरंग किराना के बारे में, भवानी सुपरमार्केट, पवन प्रोविजन स्टोर, प्रेम फार्मेसी, 3 रोजेस, बूस्ट, रेड लेबल, ताजा, किसान, लिप्टन पर चल रहे हैं ढेर सारे ऑफर्स. आपके लिए पांडुरंग किराना अब होम डिलीवरी भी करता है.
These hyper-customized videos could be shared by the retailers directly to their loyal customers, making Circuit the most widely seen and heard mascot of the neighborhood Kirana store owner. The results supported the success of the activity and how Circuit है तो समझो हो ही गया.
हिंदुस्तान लीवर से पहले जो है 2 बार मंगाते थे, अभी 3-4 बार मंगाना पड़ता है. अभी धंधा जो है पहले से दुगना हो गया है.
शिवाजी जी पहले मेरे सामान लेते थे, बाद में ब्लैंकेट से सामान लेने लगे. वापस मेरे पास इसके लिए आया क्योंकि रेड 11 चाय पे मैंने उनको अच्छा डिस्काउंट दिया.
अरशद वारसी का जो वीडियो बनाया है, हम लोग काफी अपने कस्टमर्स और हमारे फ्रेंड सर्कल में हम लोग भेज रहे हैं और उसका काफी हमको अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स है. मैं अपने रोज के कस्टमर को सर्किट का स्पेशल ऑफर भेजता हूँ. बिजनेस मस्त चल रहा है.
Using advanced tech like Gen AI and natural language processors, we thus enabled retailers to craft unique ads tailored to their loyal customers. Having a celebrity at your fingertips was a huge power move for the retailers, and the results are for all to see. It truly changed the way handheld devices were used by the retailers. It took them from watching Bollywood celebs
Last
on their
minute.
phone to using them as their advertising mascots who brought in the moolah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Next presentation is Alpenliebe Jelly.
I'll just share my screen.
Okay. Can you please share the computer sound?
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start now.
Okay.
Good afternoon, esteemed jury members. My name is Nikita Kalyani, and today I will take you through an extremely special and spooky treasure hunt that we unlocked on Halloween for Alpenliebe Just Jelly, children's favorite jelly brand. To target children, we typically turn to kids genre on TV. However, due to declining viewership of TV, we had to explore other platforms. Targeting today's digital savvy Gen Alpha demands a digital approach, but reaching them effectively through digital platforms proves challenging. Not even the biggest platforms like Meta and YouTube target children directly. As a marketer, you must have faced this challenge at some point too, right? Therefore,
we needed a new age, more interactive platform to engage with the digital natives. Our deep dive on children's affinities helped us draw a conclusion that they have a strong inclination towards audio and visual communication as well as storytelling. Additionally, the target is swiftly embracing the growing trend of Halloween. You would be amazed to know that from 2021 to 2022, the searches around Halloween, Halloween-themed parties, costumes, masks increased by 20%. The conversations around Halloween grew by 319% and the popularity continues to grow, which makes Halloween a perfect opportunity to seize. Therefore, the idea of tricking and treating children turned into Just Jelly's objective to sell 50 lakhs Alpenliebe Just Jelly limited edition Halloween packs by giving them a unique Halloween experience. And thus, we created a one-of-its-kind, voice-interactive Halloween treasure hunt for children. By unleashing the power of voice AI, we conceptualized a voice-enabled, interactive Halloween experience to engage with the children in a whole new way. By using mobile's microphone, user could respond to the questions asked by a voice on the app. The voice, with its artificial intelligence, picked up the voices and further interacted with the user. Here is a video to show you how this spookiness unraveled.
Innovative Animal India launching special edition Halloween packs with bursts of strawberry and guava. The brief was to take it up a notch further and engage with kids in a unique way on Halloween. So we partnered with Hivoco, an award-winning AI-based voice interactive stories app for kids, and created Alpenliebe Just Jelly Halloween Treasure Hunt, the world's first voice interactive Halloween treasure hunt in multiple Indian languages. We brought to life two cute ghosts, scary strawberry and gruesome guava. Kids had to solve the clues dropped by these two ghosts who had hidden Alpenliebe Just Jelly somewhere in the house.
हमने तुम्हारी Alpenliebe Just Jelly छुपाई है अपने घर में। तो फर्स्ट क्लू जहाँ Alpenliebe Just Jelly छुपी है, हम हैं घोस्ट, चूचे कबाड़ के रियल दोस्त। तो बताओ कहाँ है तुम्हारी Alpenliebe Just Jelly? स्टोर रूम में या एसी ग्रिल में?
Our patent published voice AI picked their voices to see if the answers were correct or not. The story progressed and changed its course based on the answers given by the kids. These stories were done in multiple Indian languages, including Hindi, Marathi, Bangla, and Gujarati. The interactive treasure hunt was a hit, but it wasn't just about solving clues. Kids also suggested pranks to play on their families to get Alpenliebe Just Jelly treats. And guess what? Our campaign received lots of love from the kids.
The results were remarkable. The target was to sell 50 lakhs Halloween packs in 3 months, but we sold all of them in just a month. The campaign received much love from children, as evident by the following responses. More than 3 lakhs treasure hunts played by whopping 1.2 lakh unique users, over 11 lakh voice-based participations, I think the creeps are doing something, delivering over 25 lakh brand impressions, and an engagement rate that was 9 times higher than the industry benchmark, making the campaign a huge success. And lastly, we are thrilled to announce that the campaign has been honored by India and Asia Book of Records for creating world's first voice-based interactive multilingual Halloween treasure hunt by Alpenliebe Just Jelly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nitin,
Sir,
we are done?
no, sir, we have one more presentation.
Okay, ठीक है.
Next presentation is Dove.
Hi, can you see me? Can you
Yeah.
see the presentation as well?
Yes, but can you please share the computer sound?
Sorry?
Please share the computer sound.
Okay. Can you see my screen and can you see me, please? Can you confirm
Yes.
you can hear
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you.
Okay, so we can start.
Can you please change the screen to full screen?
Is it all good?
Yeah.
Are we ready to start?
Yes.
All right. Hi, jury. This is a great day to talk about this case study because today happens to be Women's Day. And when we talk about women in our country, India is full of ironies. While most of the women are body shamed, some of them are worshipped. Yes, India's perception of beauty is ugly and society doesn't spare anyone. But honestly, being a man in this world, I didn't relate to the plight of women until I became a father of a daughter. Meet Inayat, a true blessing from God. And this angel just turned 2 last month. She is a source of pure joy and unconditional love, but also a whole lot of sleep deprivation. Very recently, we were at my cousin's wedding when our close Chachiji, who was meeting Inayat for the first time, said something completely ridiculous, though she meant it with all goodness in her heart. She said, "अरे इन्ना गोरा चिट्टा रंग बिलियां वाकन अखियां किन्नी प्यारी है कुड़ी साडी ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਲਾਈਨ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਵੇਗੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ स्वयंवर रखना पऊगा." That statement touched a nerve. While she wanted to pay a compliment, but her perspective made me quickly realize two unsettling truths about us Indians. First, how as a society we make marriage the most important event in the life of an Indian woman, which is also somehow an acceptable excuse to body shame her. Second, how early does the worry of their marriage start for the near and dear ones? And we don't shy away from transferring this worry to these young, innocent girls in the form of intentional or unintentional body shaming. Research shows that Inayat is not alone. In fact, 80% of girls in India are conditioned to become suitable brides right from adolescence. Dove, driven by its mission to challenge beauty discrimination and inspired by this startling insight, launched a hard-hitting multimedia campaign, urging society to end the practice of robbing young girls of their self-confidence. While the campaign made people aware, Dove realized that to drive a tangible change, it had to build a more powerful and meaningful intervention. To be able to stop these tests, we had to find a common medium where they were interacting and make it safer. The answer? Smartphones. Why? It is the single most busiest but unregulated medium of interaction that lets you be connected to the entire world. It is also the biggest tool used to body shame across the digital universe. This made it the perfect foundation for our innovation to intervene and impact. With over 76% smartphone penetration across the country, there's also a big change in the way how people use mobiles to interact. Smart keyboards are now a new standard. These applications predictively suggest words, enhancing typing efficiency. But disrupting a habit is most impactful when checked in real time. Our challenge of catching body shamers in the act of conducting their next beauty test at scale was solved by innovating this mobile technology. Introducing thumb-stopping beauty biases, a first of its kind, fully automated intervention mechanism so powerful that it created a moment of truth for a body shamer and could also drive instant behavioral change. Dove's mobile innovation provided a sharply targeted, hyper-personalized, and unmissable media opportunity that helped us deliver an alternate perspective on beauty that stopped beauty tests before they could happen. Allow us to show you how this worked.
Millions of young girls like Sanya are subjected to beauty stereotypes every day, which can impact their self-esteem. A Dove study proved that the biggest test Indian girls face in their school years is the beauty test. With Indians being the youngest to reach mobile maturity globally, these beauty tests have found their way into conversations online with friends, family, and followers. Dove wanted to make the online audience more mindful of their words when speaking to young girls. So we turned the very medium used to body shame them into their first line of defense. Using the predictive AI technology present in smart keyboards, we identified users who are typing body-shaming comments and delivered a thought-provoking message to them before they pressed send. To build this real-time intervention, we analyzed 61 million body-shaming interactions across the internet and identified 3 broad forms of body shaming: color, hair, and size. A contextual message was crafted for each of these forms, thumb-stopping beauty biases at the moment of truth. Clicking on these messages took users to the Dove Self-Esteem Project, a learning hub that offers tools and resources to help build beauty confidence in young girls. In less than a month, this innovation organically delivered Dove's message to millions of people who were caught in the act of conducting their next beauty test. Top media journals took notice and helped us garner over 854 million impressions and 130,000 euros in earned PR. As beauty tests across the country reduced, the brand love grew. This unique intervention directly influenced millions of interactions with young girls, literally stopping beauty tests, one conversation at a time.
Our innovation converted body-shaming comments into triggers. To build a wide-reaching set of triggers, we deployed a unique research model to validate online body-shaming patterns. By applying machine learning to our findings, we could extrapolate a list of trigger words targeted to females, ensuring we reach the maximum intended audience. We then train the AI to intervene every time somebody tries to body shame using these triggers. We then created contextual thought-provoking messages crafted for each of the 3 common forms of body shaming and presented it like a predictive text pop-up. As prevention is better than cure, our innovation was successful in actually reducing body shaming instances. The platform once used by society to impose beauty biases had now become a force for positive change. Thank you and happy Women's Day.
So, Nitin, we are done, right?
Yes, sir.
So, jury members, presenters, we are actually 20 minutes we have done ahead of the schedule actually. So, in a way, we know it's a holiday. I think people have given a fabulous account, and this has been the story. Now people are so used to presenting actually. They all have become experts. Firstly, on the panel, a happy Women's Day for the ladies, absolutely, and have a great day. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to request some of you to actually express your opinion on the experience of judging the case studies online. Please do not make any reference to the case studies, the work that you have seen. It is just the experience that you have had with the technology, the organizing part of it, the timekeeping. So any one of you who feels like coming first, please, you can express. Feel
If
free.
I go by Vipin, hi Ashish.
Hi.
It's been matlab, at ease. You can do what you in terms of exploring more. I was actually checking in more information than what was getting presented. So digital in a way allowed us to think beyond and really judge it properly.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And your team has done a fabulous job in terms of the dashboards, and your websites work very well.
Thank you. So sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think fantastic job done. Really seamless, very well managed. A lot of learning, but it was absolutely seamless. So we could just, back to back. And I think that's the power of digital. You guys have unleashed it very well. Like actually doing 17 plus case studies like this and also saving time. Very well managed. And kudos to the team for doing it so well. Making it so seamless. Thanks.
Thank you, Darshana. Thank you very much. Much valued and appreciated. Thank you.
Hi, Vipinji. Arup here.
Hi, Arup.
Adani Group, yeah. So I think one aspect which I appreciated and I think it was very smart was that pre-read concept wherein, things were shared. So at least I last Saturday at some time took time to go through that. So that helped a lot rather than trying to absorb only. So if you had gone through once, then today's presentation becomes a lot more easier because you have a primer coat on your mind and very well arranged and very well coordinated.
Thank you, Arup. Thank you very much.
Hello, Vipinji. This is Jyoti here.
Hi, Jyoti.
I just really wanted to really commend the entire team and the entire effort. It is so impressive, very well managed, very well organized, and I'll echo the same thing. The pre-reads were so helpful, and especially on-time management. I have not witnessed such efforts very frequently. So kudos to everyone, and thank you for inviting us.
So sweet of you, Jyoti. My pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go next if I may. So this
Yes.
has been an extremely interesting experience because of the way the case studies were presented. I think the team has specified that impacts have to be shown, and in a lot of events that we go and judge, the impact slide or the impact communication gets missed out. So I really appreciate that. And of course, your technology worked flawlessly. So thank you. Wonderful experience.
Thank you, Archit.
I'll go next. Hi, so thank you so much for having us. And I think a lot of the jurors have already covered what I want to say. But I think, Vipin, you guys are just outdoing yourselves, I think, year on year. It's just getting better. And to think that, I think, seamless, effortless. It was just so easy to just manage the entire thing. It was just so beautifully done. I mean, it was so well orchestrated. There's nothing that anyone missed. Beautifully done. And I think the impact was most critical. I think for all of us, we're always waiting to see. And then it's always that, moment where you're like, okay, par isse kuch hua nahi. You're always left a little disappointed saying, okay, all of this is great. But what happened because of this? I think even the presentation itself of the participants was outstanding. I think that rigor that you all have set is really, really nice. So thank you for this experience.
Much valued, and good to see woman power on the panel today. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Vipin, thank you so much for making me part of this. Actually, it was a great learning experience, to be honest. I would not just say that, while seeing all the cases, etc., it was really a great learning experience for me personally. And of course, most of the people have covered everything. Your apps are working perfectly. Of course, this is a digital era and we have to make sure that everything works well. So yeah, it is very good. And the quality of cases were also very, very good. I mean, it was not something which we say that, they were just done for awards kind of a situation. I think that was really good. The quality of work was like really very, very commendable. So thank you, and looking forward to be part with you for other awards or other activities as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you very much.
Mr. Bipin, I can go next. Parina is here from Chevron.
So really, this was one of the first experiences, but this is excellent, so seamless. And to be honest, my feedback on the digital way of jurying is you can participate from anywhere in the world at whatever time we want to. So I'm not in India, I'm participating from UAE. And it's been so seamless. Your team has managed everything so well. Even the conversation prior to this session was excellent. The connection on WhatsApp, the connection, the backend connections, etc. So thank you for letting me be a part of this. It has been a very good experience. Looking forward to more.
Thank you, Parinaz. And I'm hoping all of you will be there on 22nd. Yes.
I can quickly actually pick it up from where Parinaz left. Hi, Bipin. I'm just going to share a personal anecdote actually and a shout out to Smita and how just doing this digitally has actually helped. So I was supposed to do this last weekend. I was unfortunately down with COVID for the third time. I didn't know it's still around, but I was down with COVID. I think one, coordination with Smita, telling her almost less than 48 hours before the judging, saying, you know what, I'm not well, I'm not going to be able to make it. And for her to actually take that and say, okay, don't worry, we'll do it. I'll give you another slot. One was commendable on her end to just manage it. And two, I think because we're doing this digitally, it just made it so much more like possible, right? Otherwise, imagine telling me saying, I'm not going to be possible, I'm not going to be coming there in like 24 hours or 48 hours. Just would have made it very difficult for everybody to figure out next steps. So shout out to Smita for being able to manage this. And I think it just worked out seamlessly for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the
Thank
time.
you. And yes, you all have done a great job. The